Well, hey there, Littermates. Welcome back to Boss Kitty Live. You guys actually can't see me. Hold on one second. Now you can see me. Welcome back to Boss Kitty Live. I am your host, Boss Kitty. I know I'm not supposed to call it Boss Kitty Live, but let's be honest, that's pretty much what this is. How is everyone? It's been a hot second, hasn't it? It's been a while since I've seen everyone. Oh my gosh. So I am in the process of making sure real quickly that we have show and tell up because I don't think we do yet. So give me 1 second. I'm just doing that for you guys. Let us see here. Yes, I know I'm live. Where's show? Did you get show and tell? You wanted me to stop saying that for a while. Is show and tell up? No. Okay. Where do you want it? Because you took it out of here. Do you want it under under BK Live? BK Live stream. Okay. Sorry. We've changed things on the Discord. And so, okay. So this is going to be show and tell. What's today's date? Today's date is the 13th. 08-13. There we go. So show and tell is up. Feel free to go ahead and put your pictures in there. We'd love to see what you guys are working on. Hi, Abby. How are you? Eska, that's okay. I hope you're feeling better. Let's see here. Sorry you guys had COVID, but at least it means I get to watch the live. Vicky, thank you. Yeah, we are getting better. So COVID was a hot mess, clearly, obviously, right? I got COVID right after I got back from Bend. I didn't get it in Bend because it was literally like the same day. I thought I was actually having a sore throat from the smoke from the fires. Wasn't the case. So I had COVID, then TK got COVID. Obviously, that's how that works. Here's the suckage, though. Neither of us still officially have it anymore, but he still has a cough, which is to be expected. We both have serious COVID fatigue. It's been rough. Like I have a hard time staying awake for the first part of my morning at work, which is difficult. He has a hard time going to sleep or waking back up. We have found that we go to do a project and like clean a room and you get through part of it and you have to sit and stop because you're just so tired. It's been a lot. Hello, Pumpkin Marshmallow. Hello, Kelly. Hello to everyone. So we have a lot to talk about. There's so much going on. You've never had COVID, Vicky. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for you because that's good. But just a heads up to everybody that there is a surge going on because it's the summer and that's what happens. So definitely just, be safe. Make sure you've got your vaccinations up to date. And if you are comfortable wearing masks, then wear masks, all those types of things. But it is going around. So don't be surprised if you get it. Let's see. So we've got a lot going on. We've been changing our Patreon page, as most of you guys know, which is good. It's exciting. We're adding some stuff to it. We haven't updated the official page yet. There's going to be a welcome video. All of this was supposed to be done before August, but once again, COVID, right? So there's that. One of the things in Patreon, just so you guys are aware, is we're having a flash sale right now, and it's available to Zuzu's Zealots, Gracie's Gang, Hazel's Heroes, and Cult of Khan. And what it is that I ordered the wrong yarn. I ordered kitty glitter. Not that you can see the glitter in this right now. I'll show it off here in a second. But I ordered it in single ply instead of multiply, like double ply, which is what you guys normally get. So I have 20 skeins of these, and we're selling them basically as if I was selling them as a wholesale order. So they come in packs of 4 for 40% off of retail. So I comes like $81, I think, for 4 skeins. And you get to tell me which color you want them in. It's any color you want that we sell. So that includes sassy pants and things like that. I think that there are 2 sets left because we only had 5 total. So I think there's 2 sets left. That sale is going through the end of Sunday unless we sell out. So just if you wanted to try kitty glitter, this is basically the same thing. I think it's 100% superwash. Well, it's 95% superwash merino, 5% stellina. So there's no nylon in it. So it's not sock yarn in that case. It is fingering yarn, and it is lovely. I mean, if we don't sell it all, I'll use some. I did get your message. I got your message, and I got everybody else's message who messaged me. I know that for some reason our shop isn't doing the notes anymore at the moment. I'll look into that. I appreciate that, and I did email you back this afternoon letting you know that I got that. So you're good to go. No worries, Cassandra. Hello, Casey. How are you? Crocheted. You got out of COVID jail today. Congratulations. Excuse me. I am wearing my new sweater. It's a little warm, but it is fingering weight yarn, so I figured I could get away with it. I really wanted to show it off to you guys. So this is my Snow and Pine sweater by Wool and Pine. It is made with Cat's Cradle, and I used Tea Time of the Soul, Victoria, and then the little specks on it are Forest Park. And it's lovely. I absolutely adore it. It's a little long. I blocked it a little longer than I wanted to, so I might try to snap it back. We'll see what happens. But it's really pretty, and I like it. Let's see what else. I'm going to be working on my Handspun project today. So my Handspun project is, a lot of you will remember a few years ago, I was gifted a Shetland sheep fleece. And we picked it, we cleaned it, we tried to wash some of it, and then we spun and wove some of it, and it was still pretty gnarly. So I got some really great scouring soap, and I was able to really thoroughly clean some of it, and I used a drum carder to brush it out, and then spun it up. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. I've got about 800 yards, I think. And then I dyed it. The sheep that this came from, she passed a year or two ago, or about a year ago, and I wanted to gift the woman who gave it to me with a shawl. So that is what I'm working on. The color is kind of this green, brown, purpley red. It's all over the place. It looks kind of like mud, but like in a pretty way. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but she really likes natural tones. So that's kind of what I was going for. Oh, thank you, Yarn Pirate. The new sweater is lovely. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Moonbow Pumpkin, thank you. So yeah, that's what, that's part of my dinner. That's what's going on there. I'll show the project off here in a second. What else are we going to talk about? So we're going to talk about imposter syndrome. Absolutely. So just so you're aware, one of the new perks that comes with Patreons, or for Patreon, is that we do a monthly blog, and that will be released here in a few days. And our first one is going to be on imposter syndrome. And so we're going to talk a little bit about it here. I'm not going to go over the blog with you guys because that's Patreon-exclusive content. If you are a Patreon, if you're on the Patreon as a free member, you will get a snippet of that blog. And then if you are, you know, Zuzu's Zealots, Gracie's Gang, Hazel's Heroes, or Cult of Con, you'll get the full thing. But it's an important thing to talk about because a lot of people who create small businesses or try to sell their goods, they feel it. Yeah, honestly, we feel it anyway. We feel it in our day-to-day life. And so it's, yeah, it's something we should talk about. Samantha, I am in Salem. So yeah, those are the things I think we're going to go over. I am going to be in Nampa, Idaho in just a few weeks at Three Loves Yarn for a pop-up show. Very excited. If you're in the area, I would love to see you guys. That's going to be on the 23rd and the 24th. So the pop-up show is on the Friday and the Saturday. Very, very excited about that. We got in touch with a shop in Sonoma, California called Noma Knits. That's very interested in doing a trunk show with us as well. That'll be next year. We're actually booked out through the end of 2024. So we've got, what do we have? We've got Nampa with Three Loves this month. Next month is Oregon Flock and Fiber. October, we are releasing our fall box set, which I will go over after I get back from Nampa. November, we will be at Hook Needle in Vancouver, Washington. And then also we'll have our Black Friday sale. And we're dropping the Patron-Exclusive holiday color. It's a lot of stuff in November. December, I'm breathing. And yeah, then we're into 2025. So it's a lot. And I think for 2025, we already have 2 shows booked. 3, technically, if you think of off. Hi, TK. What's up? TK says, hi, guys. But he's in his jammies because he still doesn't feel good. I'm sorry you're having a bad day too. That's a bummer. Oh my gosh. Stop doing that so I can read things. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the overhead camera real quickly and I'll show off this not so beautiful but kind of beautiful shawl. There we go. Oh, look, there's my coffee. Okay. So this is the piece that I'm working on. This is Shetland fleece that I got, and I've cleaned it myself. I picked it myself. It is hand spun. You can see it in all its beauty and glory right here. And then this is that color I was telling you about. It was just 2018, you swear. I know, JK, right? And so this shawl, I don't remember what it's called, but it's one of those A-line shawls where you increase on one side and then you do a long section that's even in the middle and then you decrease on that same side again. Right now it looks pretty janky because it doesn't have the braided edging on it, but I'm about halfway through it, I would say. I've got to add in another ball of yarn, and I'm trying to figure out which one because I didn't realize how far off or how close to the end I was. So I really don't have enough to be able to go back and forth for a few rows, probably just one row. So I'm trying to figure out which one matches this the best. And I think this one is pretty close, actually. So I don't even think I'm going to... I don't even think that I'm going to go ahead and alternate. I think I'm going to use some water to spit ply. I'm not going to use spit. I actually have some water here that we will use. This is very feltable, so you know what? I don't care if I have a little fiber in my diet. So this should work just fine. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. Those tonals are gorgeous. Thank you. It's really pretty out in the sun. Like all those colors come through. It kind of looks like a river rock. I dyed it after I spun it. So I spun it up first and then I dyed it. I know normally I would do that the other way around, but I wasn't really sure at first if I was going to keep it white or its natural color or if I was going to dye it. That shawl is going to be in a museum one day. Oh, you guys are so sweet. So Victoria, the woman I'm making it for, she lives on a farm. She rents a farm, actually, which I think is really cool. And she and I have, it's funny because I'm best friends with her sister. Like her sister's one of my dearest friends. And I have a ton in common with her, and I very rarely see her. She gives me duck eggs and chicken eggs, though, through her friend, or through her sister all the time. So she's really sweet. What differs from dyeing before and after spinning? That is a great question. So when I dye before I spin, you know, your fiber, you're dyeing your fiber. So like this right here, right? This is Craft Girl Summer in Superfloof. You've got flecks yellow in here and blues and purples and pinks, right? So that's how this is done. And then you can take this and you can spin it up just like this, and it's going to kind of get muddled. Or you can separate colors, or you can do a fractal spin, which will make stripes. There's a bunch of different ways that you can spin this up to create a different look. Not 5 different people could spin this up and it would look very different for all 5. If this was white and then I tried to dye it and I dyed it in these colors to look like this, then I would have dyed like this section yellow and then gone into the pink and then into the greens and blues, that type of thing. So that's the difference between dyeing. Well, you would have dyed this up is what I meant to say. You know, you would have done kind of a multicolored yarn. So it wouldn't look like this and it wouldn't look like this. It would actually look like stripes. I decided to go ahead and go with a tonal. Even our undertones and stuff, though, they spin up very differently than what they look like when they are dyed on the yarn. I'm glad you like it. This is so soft and fluffy. It's interesting how the Super Floof took the dye very differently than the Floof does. Like the Floof is actually much brighter, but I really love this pale kind of color going on right here. It's great. Thank you guys. I'm so glad you guys like it. Yes, a wet river rock. That's a lovely comparison. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. Now that I have made these stick together, we can just go ahead and get started on this. So how is everybody? What is everybody up to? It's been a while. I have a latte with a lot of caffeine in it because I am so tired from this COVID fatigue. I know some of you are still spinning. Just a heads up so you're aware, we do have a make-along going on until the end of the year. The only criteria for the make-along is that you have to use Handspun. If you're interested, definitely join. That's really the only criteria. Oh, and you have to be less than 50. It has to be 50% or less completed by August 1st because that was our start date. Other than that, you can crochet, knit, weave, felt, whatever you want to do with it, and it can be whatever type of project you want. I just want you guys to try using your Handspun. Let's see what else. So we are doing 2 shows a month now for the public. They're usually on the 1st and 3rd Tuesdays of every month. Because we had COVID last week, we weren't able to start, so that's why we're starting this week. And then you guys will have back-to-back shows. So we'll have one tonight, and then next Tuesday we'll have one as well. And then you'll have a 3rd show if you're a patron, because we're going to do our craft night the Thursday after I get back, I think. Let me double check that. Or right before I leave, I think. I don't know. Hold on. No, after I get back. So, oh my God, just show me my calendar. There we go. So tonight is the 13th. It's our premiere. Welcome back. Woohoo. Let's throw some confetti out for that. Next week is the 20th, so that'll be another public show. And then on the 27th, which is the last Tuesday of the month, we're going to go ahead and do craft night, which is for patrons only. And that is for Zuzu. I think it's for Zuzu Zealots, Gracie's Gang, Hazel's Heroes, and Colticon. I have to double check on Zuzu Zealots. I'm not sure about it. There's a list somewhere. I really just need to keep the list on me at all times. I am looking forward to autumn too. I'm a little warm in this sweater right now. It's still a little too warm out. It's like 70 degrees outside. And it's a little stagnant in here right now because we don't have the AC on. I might ask TK to turn it on while I'm doing the show. I'm already starting to regret wearing this sweater, right? I'm really looking forward to fall. I've got a beautiful sweater vest that I just finished that I really want to wear and I can't. You're making a spider web shawl from your Handspun for the last couple months. Oh my gosh, Pixie, I can't wait to see pictures of it. I bet it's beautiful. Trying to make a few Christmas gifts before you spin another braid. You finish the Reborn in Fire and you love it. Will likely make a hat or a small shawl out of it at the very least. This makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Seriously, seeing you guys create with the fiber has been such an adventure. Like I've loved it. The Nut Pods finally brought out the pumpkin pie creamer. I don't like pumpkin spice. Thank you, TK. How cool is it outside?
It's cooler,
is it? Because it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm in here. I know. We talked about it a little bit. You'll have to watch the Craft Live from Dallas. You have training that week. Ooh. Goose the cat is insisting on being a blanket even though it is 80, oh my gosh, degrees outside and we don't have AC in the house. Cats are weird. Grace, so we have some clothes to take to Goodwill. And they're sitting on the table in the dining room because why not? Gracie she's sitting on the dining room table with her head in the clothing, like sleeping. I don't mean like laying on the clothing, like her head is full on in the clothing. I don't know why. Oh, that sounds delicious, pumpkin. I like that you like their toasted marshmallow and their pumpkin, and you are pumpkin marshmallow. Oh, Crochet, that's terrible. Your head hurts. All 3 kittens are doing great. I'm glad the kittens are doing well. That's where my join is. Okay, so let's talk also a little bit about, I told you guys we have a holiday exclusive, patron exclusive colorway coming up. What's really great about that colorway is that the patrons actually created it. They voted on the options that we decided to go with. So I believe that we're going with, let me get Patreon up actually, and I'll tell you, because I don't remember. It's been a hot second. So we gave them 3 different things to choose. Oh, I don't want to log in. Are you kidding me? Ugh. TK has everything down like Fort Knox. So like I have to log into everything 20 million times if I want to use it here on the computer. If I could find my phone, I could just do it from there. But I don't know where that is. So we're just going to do it here and log in. Oh, good. We're already logged into that at least. Yay! Hi, Got the Kippy. How are you? Okay, so let me change from member to creator. Let's take a look here. Yes, I know. It's so slow, you guys. There we go. Okay, so we've got all the way down here. We've gone with, it's going to be vintage. So the tone of the yarn is going to be vintage. It's going to be the palette or the theme will be seasonal fantasy. And then the colorway itself, I don't know, it doesn't say type. I think it's type, is going to be speckled. So it's going to be a speckled vintage inspired holiday fantasy yarn. What that entails, I guess you'll have to find out. And if you are an annual subscriber at the Gracie's Gang level, yes, you get a free skein. Other than,
Hazel.
I'm sorry, not Gracie's Gang. I lied. Hazel's Heroes, the top tier. So Hazel's Heroes gets a free skein of the holiday-inspired yarn for patrons. Every other patron has paid. Is it just paid tiers or all patrons? I think it's paid. All paid tiers. So Zuzu, Hazel, Gracie, Con, they all have access to the yarn and they can buy it as of Black Friday. And it's a patron-exclusive colorway. But annual subscribers who are Hazel's Heroes will get one skein for free. That includes the shipping for it. If you are Cult of Con and you are an annual subscriber, then in the springtime, we're going to do a set of minis. And I think there's 4 skeins of minis in there. And those will be given out for free. Like the 4 skeins will be given for free, both to the Hazel's Heroes annuals and the Cult of Con annuals. And then once again, it is available to all of our paid tier patrons. So that's how that's going to work. I hope that makes sense. That makes sense to you?
Ish.
TK's like, ish. We'll see. So yeah, you guys get to vote on those types of things though. So we really do try to make it so that you have a hand in what it is that we are creating. What's up, TK? You just standing there because I'm so cute? Okay. I thought you meant your Walmart has the yarn, and I was very confused. I was like, that's impossible because I don't even have it yet. You've got this far away, and now I'm going like this and out of the thing. You took my mic a little further? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I see it. I thought before I used to have to lean into it, so it's good to know I don't have to anymore.
I fixed it.
Thanks.
No off position.
I think when are we gonna reveal the box set for October?
Oh, we need to do that soon. Next, we got a week. We got 2 weeks.
So when I come back from the show, that's what I was going to do anyway. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and reveal the box set for October in September, and we will reveal it to our patrons first, and then we'll talk about it on the show, obviously. Just keep in mind that the box set that we release in the fall is much smaller than the box set that's released in the springtime. Springtime is usually a double box set. You guys get to choose what colors you want. It's a whole thing. Hi, Tina. The box set that comes out in the fall will be more of our traditional box sets. So it has 4 or 5 skeins in it, and it's just one. And there are no options. It's just it's a box set. Yep. Okay. Hey, Miss Jasmine, thank you for that new annual subscription. We have a few others too. I think Dawn Klein is a Cult of Con annual subscriber.
So they get the free.
I think Bubbles, is it Bubbles who just became an annual Hazel's Heroes subscriber? You guys can tell me if I'm wrong about who it is who's what, but I know that we've got some annuals out there and we appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are the bestest. Okay. Yeah, I actually really like this color. I think it's pretty. It's this human. I knew that one. Thank you very much. It's funny because I love this color. I don't think I would ever dye this type of colorway for to sell though, because I don't think we'd sell very much of it. It's not a color that I feel like would just fly off the shelves. I heard nothing. Hi, Michi. I'm great. How are you? We're well. I shouldn't say we're great. We are semi-great. We are dealing with COVID fatigue, but aside from that, we're doing really well. You know, getting through stuff. I have a show in Nampa, Idaho, in about a week and a half. TK and I are kind of going through some stuff because I have to drive there and I haven't been able to find anybody to go with me. And he's really nervous about me making that drive by myself. It's an 8-hour drive. And I had a really, uncomfortable experience that happened while I was in Bend. Not with the shop. The shop was great. It was at the hotel, and I actually ended up changing to a different place to stay because of it. So TK is a little nervous about me going by myself, which I get. I totally get that. And it's a long drive. But you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do. I'm still going to see if I can find somebody, but certainly I'm not going to cancel the show because I have to go by myself. Still have some kits available. I haven't had a chance, but there's one left tomorrow. I'll snag one. Michi, I believe there are 2 currently. So yes, they are still available and they will be there until Sunday. Well, unless we sell out. But right now there are 2 that are still up for grabs. So whenever you have a chance, if it's there, it's all yours. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Okay, so we were going to talk about imposter syndrome. Is this where like I go into full school marm mode and ask who here knows what imposter syndrome is? I know you guys all know what this is, but I want to hear what other people see imposter syndrome as. So I'm curious what your guys' feedback on that is. Oh my goodness. This thing is getting out of control. I need to actually come in and measure the middle section because I'm pretty close to moving on to the decreases, I think. You felt like I would stay at the orthodontist. Oh my gosh, that's not good.
Did you respond to Michi about the kids?
Yeah. Okay. Or a toddler, I don't know. Pretend to be someone else. That's a good way to put it, kind of. Yeah, so imposter syndrome is where you feel like you're faking it. You're faking it till you make it, right? But you're never making it. Elizabeth felt like that when she was an Army medic. You constantly feel like you are not really the professional, talented, wonderful person that you are. So people feel imposter syndrome all the time. They feel it when they are getting ready to do a public speaking thing. A lot of people, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I don't know anything about this. I don't know why I'm pretending like I do. They're going to think I'm a fraud. They're going to think I'm an imposter. That's the whole idea behind it. It's when you feel like everyone else has everything completely under control and locked down, and you are the only one hanging on by your fingernails. Spot on. Could have a PhD in the topic and feel like those are around you will figure it out and are exactly. And frequently people, I mean, we're our own worst critic, right? Like that's the whole idea. And this is that voice in the back of your head that says, yeah, you suck at this. Like people are going to realize that you're really bad at this. It makes you second guess yourself. It really is just emotionally draining. And it always kind of kicks in either one, when things are stressful in whatever it is that you do, or when you are in a high stress environment that you're trying to work on something. So like for me, when I have a really big show coming up, imposter syndrome hits hard, especially when I'm setting up for that show, because I'll see other booths around me and I'm like, oh my gosh, their stuff looks so great. Their booth is so beautiful. Everybody's going to buy their stuff. Nobody's going to stop at my booth. I'm not begrudging them what they do. I'm just constantly comparing myself and always falling short. That is imposter syndrome. It's detrimental. It's us kicking ourselves in the emotional nuts, quite frankly. Felt like it even when I was good, qualified, and people recognized me for achievements. this way in groups for me. Like you're in your, like I'm in my crowd, but I don't fit in or shouldn't be there. Yes, all the time, JK. And that's the thing, is that people seem to assume that imposter syndrome only happens with people who are in a professional mindset, right? So that it happens in your work, it happens in your job, it happens in your business, and it does happen in those places, but it happens in your everyday life. It happens in marriages, it happens in relationships, it happens no matter what it is you're doing. Like it is a thing that we all feel at some point in time. Some people feel it more than others do. Big surprise. Imposter syndrome and ADHD kind of like to make out on the couch like horny teenagers. So a lot of people who have ADHD or have any type of neurospicy minds, they tend to have a lot of imposter syndrome, which that checks because you're constantly feeling out of place from what is considered the norm. So if you are, comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, it is, TK. You don't have the confidence, but looking back, you rocked, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You feel so scared, even embarrassed, just giving your handmade sweaters, blankets, etc. as gifts. It never feels good enough. And those people that you give them to, they think they're wonderful. They don't see any mistake in it. They think it's the most amazing thing that you could do for them, and we don't feel that. You did, Tina. You did. That was perfect. So yes, and I will get that out to you. So it is a sucky beast, and it's yourself, and that's the thing that's hardest about it, because you can't beat it up or cut it out of your life, because you can't cut yourself out of your life. There are obviously ways to fight it. They're really easy, but they're very hard to remember to do in the moment. Like, it takes practice, right? You always make fun of those people who look in the mirror and they're like, oh, I'm such a great person, I'm special and kind, and all those things. It's actually really helpful. You should do that to yourself. You should be complimenting yourself on a regular basis. Celebrate yourself. Make sure that you are, clocking those achievements and be unbiased about them. Look at them from an unobjective point and say, hey, yeah, that thing was really cool that I did. Don't look at all the, oh, well, I wouldn't have been able to do it if it weren't for this, that, or the other. We have conditioned ourselves that owning our strengths is considered form of narcissism of some type, that you're self-indulging in that. And that's not true. Those are just facts. I'm awesome. That's a fact. And so what ends up happening is we think that being humble means being hard on ourselves. And so we condition ourselves to treat ourselves like shit. We should not do that. And yeah, if you have other mental obstacles like ADHD, autism, bipolar, I mean, there's a million things out there. Those things already, as a small business owner, can cause a lot of hiccups in your business. Because let's take ADHD, for example, because that's what I have. I am really hyper-focused on the thing that I'm great at, and that is fiber arts, right? Like dyeing, spinning, knitting, crocheting, weaving, all of those things. I have a knack for them. And it's taken me a very long time to accept saying that without feeling guilty for saying that. But that's the thing I'm really good at. The things that I am not good at, setting this show up, remembering to set a schedule and stick to my schedule, emailing and networking with local yarn shops, with fiber events like shows and stuff, right? Getting my name out there. I'm terrible at that. Marketing. Gosh, what else? Accounting, like the accountant stuff. I'm not terrible about it, but it's painful for me to do. So there's all of these other things that, because of how my brain works, not only am I less good at those things, I'm really bad at some of them. And juggling them is already difficult. So when you add that into this idea of, oh, you'll never amount to anything, you're a fake. Those things that I struggle with are the first thing that come to my brain, because that's how our brains work. And so if you let yourself, you'll just downward spiral, and you will fail immediately, because you're forcing yourself to. You're succeeding at failing. Congratulations. Yeah, They have amazing qualities instead of how I was raised. Exactly. It's so important. You'll beat yourself up even over the tiny mistakes and compare to more advanced. So, Pumpkin, I hope that at some point, instead of refusing to make people things, that you can take tiny baby steps and make somebody try making things, small things like little amigurumi as an example, and then leaving them places for people with tags on them. And asking for them to, if it's got a hashtag on it, they can tag it on Instagram and you'll see it that way. Because what that'll do is you don't feel quite as much pressure because it's not somebody who's finding it. You're giving joy to somebody. You might see it on Instagram if it's been hashtagged because you can search it that way, and that might help with your confidence. But that's a nice little baby step. Or make things for people that are teeny little things. I forced myself to make things that had mistakes in them, like purposely, and then hand them off and then see if the person could figure out there was a mistake. They never did. It just takes practice. So yeah, celebrating yourself, finding ways around the things that cause those fears for you in the first place. I'm not going to get super into it because, like I said, I've got a whole blog that I'm writing about it. If you're a patron, we'll go ahead and you'll have that in the next few days to read. There's a lot of great tips and tricks in there, but it's not going to be, I'm not a doctor. It's not going to fix the problem for you. Mostly, I just wanted to make sure that you all understood that you are all incredible people with very, very amazing talents. I've seen them in show and tell. Some of you are great cooks. Some of you are amazing artists with paint and words and origami. I mean, there's so many different things that people do in here. And of course, fiber arts. And if you want to make that your side hustle, you should do that because you're excellent. Don't second guess yourself. Just do it. Hi. So the blog, there's a snippet of the blog that's available to free patrons. Yes, there will be a snippet of the blog that's available to free patrons. We're New York Times in you guys, or New Yorker in you guys. When you go to read the New Yorker and they give you the first 2 paragraphs and they're like, subscribe. Vicki, thank you so much for that annual subscription. I'm reading. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is absolutely the way to do it. Raise your children with love. I mean, call them out, when they're little shites, but do it in a supportive fashion. That's the other thing with imposter syndrome is that sometimes you're going to take that step back and you're going to look at your thoughts in an unbiased fashion. And you're going to realize, actually there is some truth in what I am telling myself right now. I could use a little more practice in brioche before I go teach a brioche class. Right. And then you do that. You take your advice and you go do that thing. It's not always going to be the case. A lot of the time your fears are coming from this place of self-doubt. But sometimes there's some good in them. And that just comes with emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Mistakes in handcrafted objects tell others it's handmade, which is worth more than store-bought. I agree, Tina. Might do it when moving to a state with more yarn crafting community. SoCal has nothing close by. I'm amazed by that, Pumpkin. Like, really amazed by that. I always imagined that California, just across the whole entire state, had yarn shops galore. There is a shop in, where is it? I don't remember where it is in California. I'll have to look. Called Coven of Stitches I really want to check out. I have to reach out to them. My sweater is so warm. Okay, so we're going to finish the next row, I think, and then we're going to go ahead and check on how many inches it is in the middle section. Hi, TK. I already did, but I can do it again. TK is super excited about Sonoma, California. While I was in Bend, there was a shop owner that came in for Noma Knits, and she's very interested in carrying Boss Kitty yarn and then having a pop-up show with us. Originally, we were thinking February, but I was already booked for February. So we're hoping that she agrees to Knit in Public Day in June. I think that's probably how it's going to go down. You want those minis. feel ya. I love minis, honestly. We used to sell minis. We called them kittens. They did not sell very well. So we stopped. But man, oh man, do I miss them sometimes. And the minis will be the same way. You guys will be able to pick aspects of the yarn itself, like how it's dyed up and stuff. It'll still be a surprise, but you guys will get to pick the features that it has. I feel that, Elizabeth, for sure. And I think it really comes down to it's I mean, this seems to be across the board. It's comes down to portion control. That's what I'm going to call it. You know, there's that middle ground. Be humble. Own up to the things that you are not great at necessarily. Hope to be better at them, or, you know, don't be better at them and delegate those to somebody else, and respect and appreciate the people who are great at those things. But on that same level, it's just as important to brag about yourself, to feel good about yourself, to say out loud, I am an awesome indie dyer. People love my yarn. They come back for my yarn on a regular basis, right? The names are clever. The labels are adorable because I have a great partner who designed them, that type of thing. Here's one. I know that I'm a really, really good fiber arts instructor as far as crochet and knitting goes. Like, I'm really great at it. That doesn't mean that when I don't teach a class, I am not a ball of nerves every single time because I think I'm going to fail at it. It's just, it takes practice. And it takes faking. I am an imposter about having imposter syndrome. It takes faking it until you make it, as far as telling yourself that you're okay. Hi, Bubbles. How are you? I am alive. I have the COVID fatigue real hard. Like, whoo, hard. Like, we probably, I don't know if we'll make it till 7:30 tonight. We'll probably do what, 7 o'clock was my thought. Tonight, instead of 2 hours, we'll do an hour and a half because my throat is still a little rough. And yeah, been exhausted for 2.5 weeks now. Go down to the sleeve separation and found that I was 100 stitches off. Spicy flowers and counting stitches do not mix well for you. Oh my gosh. I feel that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you guys want to hear something really funny? The sheep that this came from, her name was Sarah. She had 2 sisters, and they were all named after the Sanderson sisters, right? So this is Sarah's fleece. I have been knitting on this now for a week or 2, and I've been keeping it in this bag. I did not think about the fact that this is a Hocus Pocus bag. Behold, said Sanderson sisters. And I'm working on Sarah's fleece. So I thought that was funny. Surviving, exactly. I think everybody's in that boat. We're all just waiting for fall. I'm going to open Discord and see how show and tell is looking, you guys. I get so excited when I get to see the stuff you guys have been working on. In fact, I didn't realize the thing about the bag until I was showing it off to my neighbor today. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually really funny. Okay, let's bring this over here for a moment. Okay. Ooh, there's some good ones in the show and tell, you guys. But I could do with more in show and tell. Let's see it. I want to see what y'all are working on. Fate's thread bag. I have the same one. Knit and Craft, I believe Moonbow, you were the one who gifted me those, right? They gifted me a bunch of bags and yarn, and it's so amazing. I love the bags. I love the yarn too. One bag has pumpkins all over it, and the other one is the Hocus Pocus bag. Fate's thread. Is that what the bag is called? Oh, you're not wrong. That's exactly what it's called. Sweet. So here's another place that I get imposter syndrome real bad. Like really, really bad. Social media. I will be on Instagram scrolling through and I'll see another dyer's posts of their pictures and their pictures are stunning. Or I see that all dyers from everywhere, East Coast, West Coast, were at Flock and Fiber this weekend. And I did not know about it until it was too late. So I wasn't able to vend and I would have been sick anyway. And I start to second guess myself. God, why can't I just get my shit together and be able to know about these things in advance so that I can be there too? Or why don't my pictures look that great? Why doesn't my yarn look that great? Why does this shop like this person's stuff so much, but they won't even give me a response on my emails? Things like that. Like I just start. Social media is evil. It's a necessary evil, and I get it, and I'm happy for it because it means that we have this lovely, lovely community. Samantha, I said it earlier, but Salem. You can post in Discord. Yes, there is a show and tell up, but remember, it's just one post at a time, 3 pictures. Yeah. Oh, that's sad. But yeah, social media is a nasty beast when it comes to creating self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Oh my gosh, Bubbles, it's my favorite too. Have you guys seen the new, we were talking about woolen pine sweaters. Have you guys seen the hoodie that just came out? It's so pretty. Oh, all the color work. I still haven't done their color work cardigan that I'm really dying to make. So I got to hold off, but that hoodie is so pretty. Oh, Tina, thank you. I think you all are stunning, amazing people as well. You frogged it and started over, and now you're almost back to the sleeve separation again. You put it in show and tell. Cannot wait to look at it. Pumpkin, you saw it? Yeah. Let me see if I can find it real quickly because it's worth sharing with you guys. Let's go here. We'll go to Google's. We'll Google this short up. Wool and pine hoodie. It's called Stowaway. If I open these pictures, excellent. There we go. So this is called Stowaway. Look at this. So it's all solid stock stuck in it except for the sleeves, and then there's this pocket on the front. But this one, I freaking love the color choices here. They're so beautiful. I like this version of it too, where it's cropped and you don't have the pocket and it's just the sleeves. I shouldn't call it a hoodie because there's no hood, but that's what it reminds me of because it's got that pocket in it. But I do really actually like the cropped version with the longer sleeves. But isn't that just beautiful? Plus their stuff is just fun to make. Oh, those colors are killing me. If you can see me, you panic. I'm just going to sit here and go through them because it's so pretty. But this one might be my favorite. I just like where the sleeve starts. It's got a really nice cozy look to it. And then there's another one. So the cardigan that I really want to make and will take me 20 years to make. Not really. Is the Voyage cardigan. And I do have the pattern. Here we go. Isn't that beautiful? I even like the colors that they chose. It's kind of the opposite of the Stowaway, right? Where instead of the body being solid, the sleeves are solid, and then it's all color work in the body. But I really love it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think you could do so many different things with it. And I'm a fan of a good cardigan, honestly. Oh, it's just so beautiful. All that work, though. I wonder if it's steeked. It's got to be steeked. I think it's definitely got to be steeked. So there's my first steeking project, guys. And steeking, exactly. We're on the same page. Let's get this out of here. Nobody wants to look at that. What? Moonbow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Woolen Pine has great patterns. They do the sorrel sweater, the light and the heavier one. So the long sleeve and the short sleeve. Spring, I think, is spring sorrel. Oh, excuse me. This is that COVID fatigue. Hmm. Oh my gosh, neon yarn with that. Could you imagine? By the way, guys, it's not in the shop online because we haven't taken new pictures yet. But let's see if you can see it. Look, that's Bath Yellow and Sassy Pants and Cat's Cradle. What? So it is available when we go to do shows, like pop-up shows and stuff. And once TK takes new pictures, we'll get pictures of it up in the store too. I also have Teenage Angst in stock at the moment. So very exciting. At least I'm excited. Somebody's got to be excited, right? So as the show goes along, we'll start to incorporate more stuff into it, some fun stuff. Like I said earlier, TK and I are still getting over the after effects of COVID, so like post-COVID fatigue and stuff. So a lot of the stuff that we had planned for you guys for our opening live stream just didn't happen, unfortunately. But we didn't want to postpone it again. I knew you'd like that gothic hippie. Also, did you see the super floof? Because it's amazing. So here is. Super floof in Craft Girl Summer. And then give me 1 second because it's being done. And then here it is in Henson and Oz. And I dyed these up and I thought of you. I don't know why it doesn't take the dye quite as brightly as the BFL does, but it's so pretty and soft looking. Just wanted to show those off. What does Teenage Angst look like? Teenage Angst is... Let me see. I don't know if I've got a skein of it out here. 1 sec. I know that there is some in the other room. Because we sold out of it last time. 1 second here, though. I don't seem to have it here in this room right now. It is got a gray base, like a really light gray base. And then it is speckled with a dark purple, a neon purple, and black. And it's very angsty. My stepkid, years and years and years ago, when we were doing shows like Ren Fairs, I asked if they wanted to make some yarn, and they said yes. And they very dramatically, they dyed it up. They were like, we're going to add this, and this, and this. And when it was finished, I said, what do you want to call it? And she stops and she's like, I don't know. How about Teenage Angst? And I was like, done. And we sold it for a long time. And then we took it out of rotation for a while. But I miss it. It's a good color. People like it. It's fun. So I've popped it back in. It's just not in the shop right now. However, if it's the color you want, reach out to me because we can make that happen, obviously. It's pretty fantastic. How far is Salem from Portland? It is about an hour away, I would say. Bye, Kelly. It was good to see you. My braces are doing great. I've got a new orthodontist. Mine went into private practice, and so I've been passed along to a new guy. He is great. We're on the same page. He said it's going to take longer than November, which I was kind of expecting because of the second surgery. But they're doing just fine. You love gray. I do too. I really do. I really want to do fairy farts on a gray tone. I think that would just look so good. Yes, Samantha, that is correct. Although I'm going to be honest, I'm not really comfortable giving more information than that out, especially not on YouTube. I'm not sure what you mean by is this month show. I love your idea for spooky pants, Aaron. What? Wait, I missed that. Teenage Angst looks like a Misfits t-shirt. It does. You are not wrong. I was discussing sassy pants the other day, but accidentally called it spooky pants. So my theory, sassy pants with black speck. Yes! And we'll call it spoopy pants. I think that sounds like a brilliant idea. I think we can make that happen, actually. It might be a pre-order thing, but yes, please. Okay, so I went too far again. Oh, well, we're going to go ahead and measure this real quickly because I was talking and not paying attention to what I was doing. So you can see that it's got a raggedy ends on it because it doesn't have the braid on it and because it is hand spun. So, you know, there's that. But if you look down here, you can see where it comes out, and then stops coming out. And that is because that's where I stopped making increases. So I need to find where my last increase was. There. The last one? No, I know that there's another one in there somewhere. One sec. Sorry, kids. I think that's the last one. Shite. Hey, TK. In my purse, on the very top of my purse, there should be a, measuring tape. My hot pink, I need my hot pink measuring tape, and it's on my purse. Thank you, and I love you. I had my shit together, mostly. It's so pretty, guys. Single ply in the imaginary. You can yarn pirate. You know what? I will say this. If somebody wants to order the single ply, one of the single ply packs, and you want to do it in spoopy pants, go for it. Are we calling it spoopy or spooky? Oh my gosh, I'm not a cat. Contrary to what is on my head right now. Thank you. You do a monthly show. When is August? So we do a show every 2 weeks now, basically. Kind of. We do a show. It's supposed to be the first Tuesday of the month and the second Tuesday of the month, or the third Tuesday of the month. So first and third Tuesday of the month. So we will have another show next Tuesday. Okay, let's see here. We are at 16 and a half. I need to be at 17 inches. So I got about half an inch left, which is about 3 rows. So that's fine. Am I sure? Hi, Ryan Taylor. How are you? Because cat ears and the cat gauge kind of point other way. I know. And I like dairy a lot, particularly cheese. And I didn't think cats like cheese, but I gotta tell you, my cats love cheese. Okay, just so we're all on the same page, we have live streams normally on the first and second Tuesday of the month, every month, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. So bosskatlive.com. It almost has to be spoopy pants. I'm going to let Gothic Hippie make that call since she came up with this crazy BS. Now I want to add black and like Cynthia's Lunchbox speckles to it. Like the black speckles with a little bit of Cynthia's Lunchbox speckles too. On that hot pink. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Miss Monster, no. We thought Tuesdays were a little more safer for people. They say Mondays are a terrible night to stream, I guess. Thursdays, TK watches Critical Role. Fridays, I'm usually prepping for stuff. Wednesdays are weird. First and third Tuesdays. So the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday. Ooh, that would be good too, Bubbles. The toilet trouble box set. Ah. So have we decided sassy pants with black speckles or sassy pants with black and Cynthia's lunchbox speckles? Like both of them, purple and black speckles. Yogurt with cherries and glazed walnuts, so bad. Oh my gosh. We have frozen cherries in the freezer, like a ton of them from our tree. And lemon Greek yogurt with frozen cherries in it. One of my favorite snacks. Ouch. That's a hurt. And Ivy. So, funny story. Not all of you were here for it. A few years ago, for our Halloween set, we did a toil and trouble box set. And it sounded like I said toilet trouble. And so everybody kept saying that. And so we have a color called Leopold that is a buttery yellow. And then we have Snuffy, which is a brown. And so we did a toilet trouble box set, which was really just those two colors at a discount. From that came a lovely cowl, a Goonies cowl that JK made for us that I use at shows all the time. But yeah, it was really funny. What are you going to do? Are you listening? What are you listening to out there? Like, are you watching more people watch Kate Bush for the first time, TK? Kind of loving the CL Speckles idea. Yes, we're doing it. Doing it. So yeah, if you guys want to order that, feel free. You just have to order in sets of 4 right now because it's not in the shop, so it has to be custom made. And that does include the kitty glitter single plies for wholesales for patrons. La 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 la. Okay, let's finish this row and then let's do some stretches. For reasons of COVID, so this is the first two. Exactly. We try really hard not to just take it away from you guys. We want to make up for it. And stir until it freezes the yogurt. Exactly, crochet. Like you get like this frozen like skin on top of your frozen fruit. Oh my God, it's so good. What am I knitting? Okay, so you guys remember that Shetland sheep that I got the fleece for? This is her fleece. This is Sarah's fleece. I've got like, it's not all of it, but I've got about 800 yards altogether so far. It is a, I can't think of the type of ply it is, but it's a 3-ply. It's a chain ply. And I am creating a shawl for her, for the woman who gifted me the fleece. I can't remember the name of the shawl. It's in my phone, but it's like an A-line shawl. You guys remember the festival shawl? It's kind of like that, but it has this really chunky braid on the edge of it. It's so pretty. I am. Thank you, Samantha. Oh my gosh. So yeah, frozen cherries in Greek lemon yogurt with granola on top of it. It's so stinking good. Hey, TK, if you were not listening to Kate Bush and you were watching me, you would know that we're going to do stretches as soon as I finish this row because I already said it. A Bristol chart colorway. Yes. Mostly I've got some post-COVID fatigue and I have a little bit of a scratchy throat still because I am susceptible to incredibly bad sore throats. So when I got COVID, I got a horrendous sore throat where I was bracing myself every time I swallowed, even just spit. TK does not get sore throats. He's more susceptible to chest colds and temperature issues. So he can't regulate his temperature. That's his post-COVID issue right now. And he's got a cough that I don't have. So those are the issues there. You guys know what time it is? It's stretch time.
It's time to
Does it work? It does. Okay, so we're going to do stretches, but I have this mic in my way. So just a heads up, it's going to be a little awkward. Maybe I'll move the mic. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to start by just kind of rolling our shoulders My shoulders are really tight right now. I don't know if it's what that's been about, but I have a pinched nerve in my left backside. It's not fun. It's not fun to sleep on. It's not fun to sit. It's not fun to knit. Everything sucks when you have a pinched nerve in your shoulder. Cheese grater throat is what I call that. So I used to get strep throat all the time when I was a kid, and it was terrible. This was worse than strep throat. My whole throat was swollen shut. And I haven't had white spots that large on the back of my throat since I had mono in high school. That's how bad it was. Okay, now we're going to go the other way. Needs more stretching cats. Everybody needs more stretching cats. Stretching cats are the best cats. You can do the 80s pop shoulder. Is that 80s? Is that 90s? I think it's 80s. Don't actually do that. It's not stretching. Okay, so we've done our shoulder pops. We're going to go ahead and roll your neck. You know, it's funny. I was in my 20s. I would take classes that would have you start by rolling your neck out like this. I know you guys can all see my neck fat when I do this. And I thought, what's the point of this? It's so easy to do. And now, I got to tell you, neck rolls are really hard for me to do. My shoulders hunch up when I do them. It's really painful in the back of my neck, which is not good. Like right here, super painful. And then you're going to turn your chin one way all the way to one shoulder, like so. You'll be able to feel it in that shoulder. Now we're going to go the other way. At one point in time, and then you're going to, this is the other thing I can't do that I used to be able to do. Put my head all the way on my shoulder. That's as far as it goes these days. Man, I'm getting old. At one point during COVID, my lower back started hurting really bad. And so I got my acupressure mat out, my acupuncture mat, I should call it, and laid on it for a good 20 minutes. I felt so much better. Yeah, the neck it's all about the neck, right? Okay. So your neck and shoulders should be pretty good at this point, probably a little stiff. We're going to extend one hand out and bring it over like so. Now stretch those fingers. And then we're going to do the other like this. Sore throats without a way to relieve is the worst. I agree. I went through so many popsicles, you guys. Okay, so we haven't done these in a while. You're going to take your hand, all of your fingers, and you're going to pull on your fingers with your other hand like this. Kind of see it this way, right? And what you're doing here is you're stretching the tendons and they go through your hand into your wrist and arm that you're using every day when you're knitting and crocheting and typing and writing and flipping people off. Now we're going to do the other hand. Sleepy girl. Remember to get your items in show and tell because we are going to go into show and tell after this. And now we're going to lay your elbow down on the table, flop your hand forward and just press down like so. Then we'll do the other one. Don't press too hard. Remember, we don't want to break your wrists. Oh, it feels so good though. Not to break wrists, just the stretch. It's been a while since I've done these. Put your head on my shoulder. Okay. So go ahead and roll those out. Yeah, all the pops. Can you guys hear that pop? Oh, you can. I'm watching it go off. Ooh. And we're good to go. Let's do our fingers real quickly. Oh, do you want to come show me your finger? I'm not on full camera. I'm not on full camera. Do you want to come? Yeah, that's TK's finger after surgery. Hands out. It's time to rotate them fingies. Them fingies. Look at that poor thing. Look at that gnarly scar. It's so good.
I can't get it flat.
I know. I know it won't go flat. You should be doing these stretches. These. This, you do this. I don't want you to do this. I know you do. I got to take care of that bird flipping finger. Ask TK. Is she pouting? She's been a little weirdo. Gracie's in the bed pouting. And then we'll do that last one. Oh, that feels so much better, you guys. Yay. Okay, let's see what we've got for show and tell. This looks good. There's some good stuff in here. Because I am not available the weekend of August 31st. That's Labor Day weekend. I already have commitments that weekend. Sorry about that. Am I hypermobile by chance? I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into show and tell. Elizabeth 84 blanket donated to Russell's school. This blanket is amazing. It's beautiful. You guys, I love the colors on it. Oh, it's so good. Finished shawl using 2 BK yarns and 2 Hobie yarns. Hobby yarns? This is so neat. I love it. I think it's got Cynthia's lunchbox and ectoplasm in it. I love your kiddo holding it too. It's nearly as big as he is. Those colors look so great. They're very, very Halloween-y. And then working on pumpkins on the Addy. Nice. That's clever. When you have multiple things to do, like multiple items to make like that, Addy knitting machine is great. Oh, am I extra flexible? No, I am not. But one of my best friends is. He actually is double jointed in a lot of places and hyper flexible. And we were in a upside down ride at a fair. And his shoulders popped out of place, and he started sliding out of the ride while we were upside down spinning. It was terrifying. Miss Monster, Handspun, work in progress. Pattern is Diagonal by Woolly Wormhead. This is so beautiful. So this is some of the handspun that she has spun up herself, and it's one of the projects that she's working on. And I love the self-striping that it's got going on. I think that's great. Number 2 is a doll that I finished knitting the pieces probably in 2009 and just recently sewed it together and added hair. Don't you love when that happens? It looks like an elf. I love it. I know that's the flip of the hair. It's so cute. And then 3 is handspun yarn made from floof in clockwork. It will be my next project after the current whip gets done. It looks lovely. You did a great job. Oh, it looks like rust. It's so cool. Miss Crocheted Hook, my current sweater work in progress. I'm calling it the Mac Attack. Night Court fans will understand. I love Night Court. It's been a hot minute. I love the colors. This looks great. And I'm glad that you stuck with it, that you frogged it back and stuck with it and didn't give up. Yarn Pirate. Number 1 is my finished Hexy Granny cardigan. Free pattern from TL Yarn Crafts. One of the most popular patterns out there. I need to make one at some point. Oh, it's beautiful. I love the color that you went with. 2 is a finished upon the wind wrap cerulean orchid pattern in 3 flavors of BK yarn: Cat's Cradle, Kitty Litter, and Mohair Ball. Love it. You got some Cynthia's lunchbox. Oh my gosh, soot and sassy pants. Got some ectoplasm. Oh, that wrap. That's also very Halloween-y. These are great, you guys. And 3, I discovered crafting change this month, and now I have an excuse to make stacks and stacks of dishcloths. Do you need an excuse? I mean, can't you just make them? Sorry. Water is tasty again. Danish company, different spelling rules. Oh. Vicky, I worked on my sister's cardigan while on vacation in northern Ontario at a cottage on a lake that we had a boat into. No road and no electric unless we ran the generator. Peeping Toms at the outhouse. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, The picture is beautiful. Your scenery is beautiful. Your crochet hook is beautiful. And your stitches are especially beautiful. Ugh. I hope you use this on the Ravelry page for it. I also love the little tom turkeys, the little peeping toms. We have a set of turkeys, or a wild turkey that likes to walk down our road from time to time. Wet finished my Handspun BK yarn, the Chamberlain. Ready to join the front and back of my all-over cable cardi by Joji Lakoti. Finished my Wool and Pine broomstick lace tee the other day. First project I finished and blocked in a while. Hey, Bubbles, I have a question for you. What is your yarn sitting in? Because I have one of these that I picked up at Fancy Works. It was gifted to me. But I want you to tell people all about it because they're freaking cool. So that's the Chamberlain. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what it looks like. I've been watching you make this sweater, and the charts on this must be insane. I have so much mad respect for you and your skill in this. Like, whew. It's a Strucket. Yeah, you guys check out Struckets. They are these containers that have a, well, let's go back to it for a second, that have a, like, colander in them basically, and you put the colander in there with your knitted goods or whatever. It's actually for just clothing, but people use them for knitted goods and for yarn and stuff, and it saturates what's in the bucket or in the colander, and you let it sit for a while, and then you pull it out, and it's got a ledge on it so that you can let it sit and drain. And then what's really cool about it is the bucket itself has a nozzle on the outside so that you can drain the bucket without having to try to dump all that water out. And this way you're not monopolizing the sink or the bathtub or anything like that. They're really cool. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, this is really, really impressive, and you are so fast. It's going to be worth it, though. It's going to be beautiful on, and I agree. The color is gorgeous, and also a really bold choice for cable work. I don't generally use brighter colors or multicolors, especially a strong speckle like this, for cable work, but your cables are popping. Like, there's no problem with it. It looks great. And then this is your Wool and Pine broomstick lace tee, and it looks lovely on you. Oh my gosh, your work is always so pretty. Fox Goddess working on a statement scarf for a Christmas gift, and took a photo inventory of my sock/DK yarns. Not all pictured here. Working out what to destash next month. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Oh, that stitch is just so cool. It just looks very, very squishy. We got some BK and fingering weight yarns here. Some of these look familiar, guys. I love it. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Some of these look familiar too. Can't wait to see what you make with them. The Sunday 1 week, says Casey. Sammy, here's a picture of some amigurumi that I got. Oh my gosh, this puppy is too stinking cute. Also, this is adorable. I love the little swimming donut that comes with it, and I love the googly eyes. Like, I know it's not googly eyes, but I like the way the eyes are set in it. Lillian Chan, using up leftover yarn for spooky granny squares for project bags, but I'm really in love with the black rectangles, and I'm considering breaking my no-buy so I can make an oversized cardigan. These are so neat. Oh my gosh, they're these little eyeballs. Yeah, oh my god, it would make a great cardigan. I found a mushroom granny square that I'm in love with, and now I want a cardigan out of it. Casey, this Sunday, I went to the beach with my mother and siblings. I walked down the playa and played Pokemon and saw a bunch of butterflies, dragonflies, and flowers. The second is a picture of a monarch. The third picture is my sea-to-sea shawl or blanket I took to my first time attending a local craft group. The colors were chosen by some anonymous person from my mother who bought a box of used yarn. Perfect for all.
I'm still waiting on my little Superman.
Nice. Then you should tell them that. I'm not going to tell them.
You got the mic.
They come and use the mic. I love the monarch. Look at this. It's beautiful.
Oh no.
I water? No. He tried to take my latte away. Oh, these colors are beautiful. I love them. I've never done a C2C shawl or blanket, so I can't wait to see this when it's finished. Knit and Craft, Morticia dress, ends woven in, steam blocked, and my clay sweater. I could finish the sweater in a few hours, but I think it prefers being balled up and kept in a project bag in my living room. Oh my God, your dress turned out so incredible. I can't wait to see it on. It's so good. Did you see this dress? Have you seen it? Holy shit. TK says he never got his amigurumi Superman for his birthday. There, I've passed it on. You owe me $50. Another birthday is coming up. That's true. His birthday is on Sunday. It's, oh my God, you, how? Knit and Craft, you were literally at the bottom of this afternoon. How is this humanly possible? Weren't you at the bottom, or were you at the bottom August 1st? I don't know, but right now my mind is blown. It's beautiful. I can't wait to see what it looks like on you. This yarn, you guys, is so gorgeous. It's like pearlescent. Gothic hippie, haven't been knitting much because I moved. This is my little crafty nook. Can you spot the BK? Number one, congratulations on the move. That's very exciting. Can you spot the BK? I can see some BK. Oh my gosh, I see all of the exciting bright colored yarn. You seriously have a type, and I love it. I love you for it. Also, I'm really excited to hear all about your new place. Pixie Punk, spiderweb shawl in progress. Hexagon top, also in progress. And Ellie modeling her fish amigurumi. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I like that you didn't go with traditional spiderwebby colors. This is going to be beautiful in the fall. And I've never seen a hexagon top, so I can't wait to see this finished. I love the blue and the orange and the way it ties into this darker blue. Oh, Ellie, you're so pretty with your little fishy fish. Cast Cappy, found some Corpse Bride color yarn for a blanket. Yes, you did. I have 6 in a basket for now. Redoing the plaid blanket shawl taking forever. The stitch markers are a gift from my partner. It's a mood. Oh, this color is so pretty, and you're right. It's perfect for Corpse Bride. You could get like a nice kind of palish blue-gray to go with it, and that would set it off really nicely. You're redoing the plaid blanket shawl. It's beautiful. Those colors are great. Fuck you, 20. Fuck me. I've seen these. I've actually seen actual dice that say fuck you on the 20 and fuck me on the 1. Those are amazing. You get confetti for having D20 stitch markers. JK finished a crochet cape thing that once was going to be a blanket and went a bit sideways. But it's now an epic cape. And I finished my first real crochet garment. The dress on a little bit that she needed to do a twirling test. Last is Reborn in Fire and Princess of Mars floof 2 plied from TDF Men's Race, and I'm gearing up to spin the Larkspur and Craft Girl Summer during the Tour de Femmes this week, rather. Okay, this is a pretty epic cape. I love it. And also congratulations on the crochet items, by the way. Is this the dress that you won the pattern for? Oh, it turned out so good. She looks... We're watching this again because that was too stinking cute. Big twirl. Ah! Look at her. She's so happy. Really good. And then this is Reborn in Fire with Princess of Mars, and it is stunning, and I have to know, what are you going to make with it? I mean, I'm on the wrong side. Exactly. It's so beautiful. Okay, I think that is. What a great place to end it. You guys, what a great first show back. It's so wonderful to be here with all of you. Okay, so just a recap. Thank you to everybody who signed up for Patreon at an annual level. We have single ply kitty glitter yarn available in packs of 4 at wholesale price for all of our paid tier members of Patreon right now. There's 2 sets left, so go pick one up if you want. They'll be there until they sell out or until Sunday. That's the first thing. The second thing is, oh my gosh, she doesn't want me.
No, she doesn't.
Come here.
She wants love and
Are
attention.
you sure? Because she just destroyed my sweater.
She wants attention.
Okay, so we also, I don't remember what I was talking about now. Oopsies. Say hi, Gracie. Oh, annual levels. You guys will get free skeins of yarn Free holiday patron exclusive skeins of yarn if you are Hazel Heroes annual, and if you're Culticon, then when we do the minis, you will get a free set of minis. You'll get the free set of minis if you're Hazel's Heroes as well. Annual subscribers for those. The blog regarding imposter syndrome will go out in the next few days. That is for all paid tiers on Patreon. There will be a piece of it available for everybody on Patreon, including the free tier. This is Gracie. If you've never met her before, she's my sweet little baby and I love her so much. And she's very upset that I'm not paying attention to her right now, if you can't tell. If you want to destroy, if you want to destroy my sweater, whoa, whoa, whoa. What else? I will be in Nampa, Idaho here in just a few weeks. If you want to see us in your local yarn shop, reach out to me with the name of the shop or reach out to them and let them know about us. Either way works. Gracie, you wanted up here and now you're stuck. Gracie and I say that we hope you have a wonderful week. We will see you next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you are a patron, then the following Tuesday, we do have a craft night as well. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful week. And Gracie says, meow bye. Bye-bye. Push the button, Gracie. Hello. Well, the mic's not muting for some reason. You guys can still hear me. Muted it manually.